G'day, g'day. Hope you guys are all having a good one. I'm pretty much going to be hopping into some Warframe pretty much right after that. Pretty much now, I guess. Um, yeah, not too much more really to talk about. I'll talk about the Xbox Direct, I guess, but I'll share my screen. It's been working on my Dagger a little bit. I have switched to Substance and we've all baked everything up. Got pretty good. I'm just a little bit lost on blade texturing and stuff, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit into that. I was originally thinking, oh, we can go look at doing some like loading. I have some textures and stuff which I was gonna use. I think these would have looked great, honestly. Like that almost, but of course, I mean, this wouldn't be the end result. Sort of an idea of how it would have looked. But then I've come into the conclusion that I ain't gonna do this because I am aware that those are using these textures are great. I own them, but I don't. They are. I don't own them commercially, so I can't. I'm planning on selling some of these, so that's the plan, but I don't know where things go. Yeah. So with that being the case, I'm less willing to. Well, I mean, I can't do that, right? Like, I can't sell those. So, I mean, that's not happening. Okay. So I'm gonna make it myself. I didn't watch the whole Xbox Direct. So I'm just gonna skip through some stuff. Oh, I'm gonna mute it as private mute. But we first started off with some covering the. We first got to see some Forza, and honestly, I really did like this. I think this one's looking great. Now, I have one major gripe with it. But everything they were saying, you know, I like, right? You know? Looks great, you know, you are just a tourist, and you are trying to build yourself up. It's just sort of, you know what I mean? They're going back to the roots with some things. Interesting new, I don't know how I feel about the Amateur. It's not Amateur. It's for RPM gauge, but it just sounds really good. You know, 5 times the size. Like the city here, doing Tokyo, but obviously it's not going to be the whole of Tokyo. I mean, for obvious reasons, I think Tokyo's way too massive anyway, but for any game, regardless, but definitely for something like this. But biggest map they have, once you finish a game, you can go to this little island here, which I would imagine will have some cool stuff there. It'll probably be a very photo, so it might be something like this, I don't know. But some good Togo battles and stuff like that. You know, visually it looks great. You know, it looks great, to be honest, so. A lot of what they were proposing was really what I want. I think this will be potentially a lot less off-roady. Isn't a bad thing for me. must say the reflections on this is a little bit odd. Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, it does look very cool. You got some cities, and these are pretty densely packed cities as well, so it's pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. The only problem I have here really is, oh, traffic looks very bland. Or I don't know, it just feels very off. I don't know what it is. Is it maybe there's like no shadows or something? No, there's shadows and stuff. I just don't know. Something about it just looks very off. Maybe it's just too bright down here or something. I don't know what it is, but just something about this just feels pretty off. I don't think it really hit as hard as it on, but this stuff looks really cool, and this is really cool. The winter, of course. But it seems very cool. Oh, they got the Tokyo tower. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be May. Amy, what's bopping? Some cool cars. The only real big gripe I had with it was the price. The Cockin. I don't know how I feel about you Cockin, Amy. How about no Cockin? You watch yourself. Put your Cockin away. And they have the GR-GT. Oh, I was not expecting that. I'm actually very surprised. Can't wait to drive that. Outside of your Cockin, how's your Cockin going, Amy? Did some audio stuff, which is pretty good. I can probably play the audio. Wait, yeah, I'm here. Audio sounds good as you'd expect. I think they're probably still using ray traced audio. I personally, however, would rather hear audio in the car, as I'm gonna be in the car. I hope interior audio sounds very good as well. How am I? I'm doing decent, to be honest. Just talking about the Xbox Direct stuff, so. But yeah, very excited for it. Now, my qualm with this was... Up anyway. It's expensive. And so 120 base. Like, I'm willing to spend 120 on the game. And I will. However, I know how much content is locked behind these, and I'm not, however, willing to spend $200. You know, if this was 150, I would make the thing, but 170. I was like going for a drive to grab some dinner. I'm like 160, maybe I could do it. I mean, that's like $40 more, but 170, I'm like, okay, I'm not spending an extra $50 to get a car pack. I think this is getting a bit ridiculous here. So, because with this, if you get the $200, you're getting expansion 1 and 2, which would probably be like $50 alone. So in sort of its own economic way, it is technically worth it. But I'm not willing to spend $200, especially when I got other things I gotta buy. You get 2 packs, a welcome pack, and the VIP, which is always helpful, and the car pass. Now, I would want to get the car pass, but I'm not willing to spend $50 just for... I mean, you're spending $1 per car. At that point, I don't think that's really worth it. So, yeah. Updated steering animations with up to 540 degrees of wheel rotation. That should be pretty cool. Finally. Yeah, very excited. We're getting aftermarket cars of the barnyards, I guess. Equivalent, I guess. I'd play this with you when it came out, Amy. you're interested, you can get it on the Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, I'm not really willing to spend that much money, so I'll probably just get the standard, and I'll probably pre-order it. I was in another conversation with, well, I didn't, it wasn't a conversation. I was just going through Reddit, people talking about it because I was sort of seeing what other people were feeling about it. I think Game Pass more expensive now. True, probably. I don't actually know if it is, then yeah, don't need to. I mean, at the end of the day, also you inherently don't need to, but if you did when it released, I would play. That. Unless I'm saying 24, I would not buy it for 24. That seems a bit ridiculous. Because when is it 24? I remember back in. Oh, why did it say 15? Maybe it is 15. I don't know. Then what's the 24? Oh, this is 50 games. Why is it limited games? I guess it depends. I mean, if this one. I mean, you could always. Otherwise, okay. I don't know why this is. This isn't even relevant. Why is this 24? This seems stupid. I don't understand what they're doing with this. Why is premium? Is this every game though? Why is there 400? You pay more to unlock more games. That's new. That's new. But then, why is PC more expensive than premium? But the thing is, right? These you can pay for PC. You get PC. All I'll say is if it releases and it's like, oh, you know, for two bucks you can get the month, right? And you just play it for a month, and if it came in that, then it'd probably be worth it. Or even, oh no, that's quite expensive actually. Still 16 a month for the 3 months. It was 16 for the 3 months, and okay, that's probably not too bad. I'd pay 16 for 3 months, but 16 per month for 3 months is still very expensive. That's a bummer. I didn't realize it was that expensive. They have very much been increasing the pricing. I remember when Ultimate was like 15 a month. And that's back when I was going to buy it, and then it just wasn't letting me purchase it, and for this sake, I'm glad I didn't then. Just don't understand who's going to be paying 50 bucks a month. I'm hoping that this is New Zealand dollar as well. I can't even. I would assume that this would be. Yeah, because it's in New Zealand, so it must be. $50 a month. That's like. It's like. To value this would be the equivalent of spending money to buy a full AAA title every second month, or buying probably like 5 reasonable AA indie games every month. And I just wouldn't spend that. Because bear in mind, you're only probably going to be playing. I'm not referring to you. There's like a generalized thing. If I was buying this, right? I imagine being out of 400. Exactly. You're not going to. You're probably only going to be playing like 1-2 games, right, at a time, right? Realistically, out of this 400, because bear in mind, there's probably not. this isn't a case of just being able to just play everything. If this offered like every Xbox game, then sure. But at the same time, like if I'm on Steam, right? I mean, I'm probably only playing 1 to 2 games every, each month. Like right now, I'm going through Warframe, playing a bit of Forza. Now, this one I could get on a sale for like $30 or something. Then Warframe's free. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just waiting for the next update. Like the next update actually for AC Rally is what I'm waiting for. Oh, they haven't uploaded. The next update for this is looking great actually. I'm really excited for the next AC stuff. So we know that the 86 is coming to AC with multiple versions as well. 4Age, I'm guessing. Oh, and they got that's cool, the initial D. I knew they were going for the whole panda, but I didn't realize that they had the whole. What was it? Fujiwara tofu shop. This is very cool. I love that card. It's very nice. AC Rally is getting some good stuff. We're getting the 2026 Monte Carlo Rally, which is an intense stage. The Bolen Ubi. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Ciceron stage. Oh, so it's just 2 stages within the Monte Carlo Rally. Oh. These are insane. These. Been pretty great. Bit of compression in this image. So there's like a snow stage. Or mate, yeah, this is just very cool. What you get up to today, Amy? Also, I'm playing Warframe, and if you're interested in playing with, feel free to let me know. My lord, I was wondering what I had with me. Went for a ride, some zoomies. How did the ride go? It was a bit weird. I went for a walk with Philippe today, as you may have been able to guess, considering he was spamming me in chat and calling me. Yeah, like it was pretty thunder rainy, and he finally came over, and it looked like it was about to rain, and then, well, nothing happened. Yeah, there we go. I can get the other Vespa.
From little things,
I should have done this in the morning.
grow, dreamers. I believe in you all.
Wait, what did I just get? Like honorary or something? It's not honoria. I was watching the dev stream. I was actually gonna clip this and send it to you. One of the devs, I think it was Danielle, said honoria. Because I call it honoria as well. But was implying that it may have started with a G. Because that's how it bloody looks. I just read it as honoria. Because as an honor. Honor and then ire. But it's, what was it? Honoria? I can't remember how they're pronouncing. I cannot read it outside of, like, honoria. Sorry. Oh, wow, I was thinking a different word. Along that line, but not the same. We could go with that. We could go with that. This is the music. It just uses random music. Some that scans. The scans give you music. You give me anxiety, Amy. This anxiety music. I am yeah, just let me know if you're interested. How do I have deleted it? That's all good. How's your drawing going? Base Redeemer though. Why do I have it with a thing? There's no way I got it and then I just put it. Yeah, sounds like it's going great then. Just some basic leveling. Whoops. Alright. I did hop on earlier today and I was meant to do the listen to what people were saying and I didn't. I could do an ESO break. Nah, no e-breaks at the moment. Guess you're gone for a week. Ah, all good. Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, one. Be goth. I'm a goth. Evident. I just goth vibes. Sometimes it's 8 o'clock. If you're not hopping on, I could do thing, but there's only ESO is only 60 to 70. A surprise of the day for me. I always thought it was higher level. It's been a very long time. Buggy bug. Uber eating. That's very funny. Not the name, the profile. Efficiency. Simulated. Oh, where are we? Oh. Pretty rank up there. I got very frustrated. Was it? I don't know if I was on stream or not, but I think I was on stream. I've been having a bug actually. Why is my health bugging out like this? I don't know if it's a stream thing or not. I can't really remember. I don't really remember from when I was playing earlier, but I know this is a bug. I got a Saren it soon. Saren, Oberon, 2 Oberons or something. Base Oberon and an Oberon Prime. Can't even find the images. Make them explode, I guess, on death. Oberon does that, right? conduit.
A new data conduit
Forgot that
is
there's
open.
conduits and stuff.
Our experiment moves to a new zone.
Efficiency and whatnot. I feel very slow. So, frankly, it's been so long since I've done this, I sort of lose it a little bit. How this works. Honestly, even if I haven't done this in genuinely so many years. Like, I'm not even talking since I last played. I'm talking like since I last played. I honestly don't remember the last time I did ESO or ESO. I do remember ESO being a lot harder though, so I don't know what's up with that. But evidently I misremembered that. Look at these. These are different to. I think it's different between Oberon Base and Oberon Prime. I kind of prefer these than what I usually get. They lost Base Oberon. The skin. Prefer witches over bitches. Now that is not true. What'd you get up to today, Amy? Did I ask you that? What's a beast like you get up to? I did. Oh, you just said that you're doing your motorbiking, was it? Yeah, I was gonna say, but didn't end up doing too much. Yeah. Interesting, interesting. I'm getting so much closer. I almost delayed, I mean, in fairness I was late to stream, but I almost delayed stream explicitly for me to finish off my, not finish off the audiobook, but finish off, the thing that I'm on. That's good.
Enter the conduit now.
Nice. I am, as you can see, very close to finishing the Quest of the Sangreal. With Parsifal, Galahad, and Boars, Sir Boars. Swift. Been a lot of unfortunate situations in it, within it. Otherwise pretty good. I remember, there's actually something that I want to do next week. Dude, they better be an excited face that you're pulling there, Amy. Next week, apparently, what is it that you want to do? Oh, in terms of what I was about to say, next week on Thursday, so I may not end up not streaming on the Thursday, because I think there may be a trivia thing hosted by my old school. I don't know whether to say like school isn't my uni. Whether to say school or say my school or my old school. I'm still sort of in that process of being uncertain on that. Technically, I don't have my. No, I don't like that actually. I don't like that. But yeah, I'll be doing that. So I gotta I want to do that. I mean, unless I forget, that'd be the only I wouldn't do it. completely honest. I do like trivia. I always try to do a... what do you call it? Like a... not a trivia day, but like a... like a fact of the day. You know what I mean? I always tell my mum a fact of the day. I always find that pretty fun. Except I'm not learning. It's been, well, to be honest, I am learning for some stuff, but when I'm telling the facts of the day, it's not really me the one learning, it's me bestowing information. Was today's fact, I feel like I had 2 facts, but my mum prompted yellow, and I had no clue. She always gives me the weirdest prompts. Nope. So I had no clue, so I was sort of gave her a cop-out one. I couldn't think. I had one before. I found out recently that you can actually get, there are such thing as a blue bee, so it's a bee that's blue instead of yellow, so it's blue and black instead of yellow and black. In California, I learned that recently. But I'd already told her that, so it wouldn't be a new fact. So I went for a real lame-o one and just said, you said yellow, so I said the old HRE, as in the Holy Roman Empire, what do you call it? Like, not logo, as in like your shield, you know what I mean? Sort of thing. I forgot the word, it starts with a C. Anyway, it's like logo thing is yellow with 2 black eagles in the center. Which isn't really, I don't know, it is a fact, but it's not really an exciting one. I only, in fairness, she was about to leave and meet up with somebody, so I had about 5 seconds to come up with something. He's always giving me the worst prompts. The other day it was tint, and I'm like, fuck me, do I know much about tint?
A data conduit is open. Go now.
I know, like, nothing. So I ended up just giving, like, medieval thing that I'm hoping was accurate. Oh, I don't actually.
Ease your mind, Hunter.
Hints are pretty
There
cool.
is no
I
conclusive
disagree.
evidence these data immortals possess memory persistence. They should retain no recollection of what you have done to them.
What defines a team? I think it depends on who's asking. I think it could be relatively subjective. I don't know. I classify a tent, something like a, what do you call it? An enclosed, like half my brain's focusing on this, half my brain's thinking. What's the word that I'm looking for? An enclosed, what word am I looking for? I'm not thinking, not like building. Enclosed, like building, but not building, because obviously it's not a building. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Enclosed. This fucking shit is actually starting to bug me. Building. It's not obviously not a building. I think, let's be honest here. Now you can get big tents at a light building. Erection. Yes, enclosed erection. None of these words are giving me what I'm on. In fairness, I'm not actually getting anything that is really a synonym. Like, none of these give me... Like, I would think a manor, right? Would be a synonym, actually, or at least, like, along the lines of type of, you know what I mean? But you don't get anything like that. You just get erection. Which, go for gold, buddy. Not particularly what I would use to describe a building. I would just call it like enclosed. Fuck, I think now I'm just pissed off on the fact that I don't know what word I'm looking for. I'm really caught up on that. Blank of generally okay, the definition of something is not a fact to me, but I can define many things. But essentially a bit of generally fabric. It doesn't have to be fabric, but I can define it to be fabric. What word I'm looking for? Yep. Like its structure maybe is the word that I'm looking for. Enclosed structure that's primarily made out of fabric. That's the word that I could. It has to be enclosed to some extent, and it's a structure, and it's generally made out of cloth. If it's made out of cardboard, for example, it's not really a tent. So I wouldn't classify it as a tent, because we got the cardboard cathedral here, and I would not call the cardboard cathedral a tent. I think it has to be some form of cloth or cloth-like material. Yeah, I would say that works for me. Lost the Saren.
I have opened a new data conduit. Proceed
I'll
immediately.
leave this.
Hunter, you are running out of time.
Hunter.
Enter the data conduit.
We're farting out of time. Jamie.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without you.
These Amy are technically the best thing for leveling weapons. Don't usually do them. I actually enjoy Hydron. Some people dislike it. I enjoy Hydron, but I don't mind it. The reason I don't really like doing those and why I didn't do it, I thought I was good at it. I wasn't. Wait, at what? Anyway, at high jump. Oh no, Hydron. Is what I said. High jump. I was decent at high jump. I just absolutely disliked high jump. Personally. I said Hydron. I said it Hydron, which is pretty close. So I guess if you don't know explicitly what I'm saying, then it may sound like high jump. Like the vid. That's too far now, Amy. Not. The reason I don't generally like ESO, even though technically it's the better approach, is you often play with people that bring nuke frames, and if I want to experience the thing that I'm leveling up, I kinda don't want to be, you know, playing, because we've got a Harrow, which isn't, and a Uriel, so Uriel, once they get their 4 going, can act similar to a nuke frame for a short amount of time. But you're not infinite health again. That's good. I wonder if Coda weapons can level up to 40 as well. Oh wait, what? I don't understand what's going on. Somebody mentioned something about potentially being able to do... You only need 2 former to get level 40. I thought that was me who just died. I haven't even needed to use my 3, surprisingly. I said I used my 3, but I don't think I actually... What are these? It's almost like a Urali. Huh? I don't know what it is. Maybe it is Urali. It's not Urali themselves, but a Urali common. Maybe. I just don't know why you'd put Urali's thing on. Seems a bit of a decision. I'm already 15, rank 15, and I've been in here for 2 minutes. That's why this is really have to do too much. But it is a little bit. What you planning on doing on the weekend, Amy? How many Ks are you at on your 600, and how many did you need? Was it 800? To get your change. Your limits have changed. Oh, you ah, yeah.
I have opened a new data conduit. Proceed immediately.
It's the new data conduit. I don't remember if we get Cephalon Suda stuff from this.
Do not weep for these creatures. They are immortal. They can and have faced 1 billion deaths. You, however, do not enjoy the protections of synthesis. For you, failure has real-life consequences.
Let's get savvy on this. This shit's gonna fucking. Because this is very. I got like so many status things on it. It's like big. So as you're drawing the commission, or you're just drawing something for fun? Like a typical Rohi deal. I don't know why, but I thought that incrementally removes the limiter. Like at 300, I'd be able to go 60. No, not at all. Wait, what did they... Wait, so what's it limited to now? It wouldn't be like that, no. Goes max 80. But you can go 80 with it now? I thought it was only just 60. No. Generally speaking, you wouldn't want to remove... Well, you'd never want to remove a limiter, of course. That's a recipe for disaster. However, because of course the further your, you know what I mean, like your limiter goes, of course, the more damage the engine's gonna take, right, over time, so it will last not as long. But it's sort of just something that you just change. It's not like it's not really tied to your distance. I'm guessing your distance is just to see how the thing's handling. Why are they not taking damage? And then you take it to the shop and they give it the service that you need. It wouldn't really be a reason. Do it incrementally. If it was something dangerous, you'd probably not want to remove it distance to where was to where in the they did remove it up front, it would damage it. I mean, it would get damaged regardless, but it's just a time thing. It's not like it happens within one day. It's just a increased damage. Because of course you are a danger. When you... I imagine it's similar to how changing the limiter on a normal car acts. Where you can always change a limiter, but a limiter is just to stop the car revving so high generally. Because the higher the revs, the more it damages the car engine. So technically you can run a car with no limiter, but as soon as you get too high, the engine will explode and shit. They probably just changed the limiter so you can reach higher RPMs. But of course, at higher RPMs, everything gets hotter. Components aren't necessarily made for those speeds, so you do run into a little bit of those issues and stuff like that. Stuff like can get cars often come with limiters, like hard limiters. The car maybe up to, you can only go at like 200 kilometers per hour. That's because, for example, the tires are not rated for anything higher than 200 kilometers per hour. So maybe the car can run over it, the tires can't, and then you can sue them if something goes wrong. I mean, within reason. You get into some issues there, because if your things aren't rated, then you know what I mean. It's like if you just bought the car, went the speed limit, and then the car shit itself. Go to the shop and be like, brother, what the fuck just happened? And it's like, okay, well, the tires aren't rated. That's the probably the more in-depth explanation of everything. Speaking of, I'm excited. There are the V8 supercars Amy is running here in our city at our local racetrack. I'm excited. I'm going to be going and watching it with my dad. Yep. It's been a while since I watched something like it, really. I usually do enjoy going down to our thing. It's actually really good. Usually, because it's now this is going to be a bit more intense because it's going to be a big event. But usually when it's just like local races and stuff that me and my dad will go to, like what we'd do is you just park up the car with your like we take my dad's Ute, but you can take like a, generally you want a bigger car because like a Ute's pretty good for this, because what we do is he just backs in and then we sit on the like the tray, I guess, of the Ute as we watch. So we just bring like big chairs and then we sit side by side on the tray as we watch, which is usually pretty good. But there's gonna be way too many people here, so we won't be able to get like parking, because parking costs a shit ton of money. It's like $70 for parking alone. Usually you don't have to pay, but because this is V8 Supercars, which is like the biggest kind of racing event in Australia, New Zealand,
opened a new data conduit. Proceed immediately.
there's going to be a lot of people, and this is the first time it's going to be our city, so a lot of people are going, so it's very expensive. My dad thought it was $70, but it's $70 for children. He missed that, and I can't unfortunately pull off child anymore. And my dad's not old enough to pull off elderly. We're both adults, and it's going to be about $160 per person. That's no parking or anything like that. We're just going to get dropped off, and that's the cheapest general admission ticket. For 2 days, not even the 3 days. Well, maybe it's more than that. Maybe that was only for the single day. I think the single day was 160. I think it was like 200 and something. Sorry. It was cheap enough to the point where, or maybe it was like 120 for the final day, but you might as well get the 2 days at that point. I can't remember, but I think we worked it out to being, you just might as well pay for the 2 days. We found tickets though, if you want to get, so the stands are expensive. If you want to get a stand, it's expensive, because the stands, you're buying the seat, so you have to pay for the 3 days, and you can only sit at the explicit stand. Even if you're not going the 3 days, which the 3 days will be the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously we're not going to be doing the Friday, because maybe work and stuff like that. Well, my dad will be working, so that wouldn't work. But yeah, so you're paying for a whole extra day as well. It's only worth it if you're going the 3 days. But we found, like, if you buy, there's like a suite thing that you can buy, which gives you sort of like a room, I guess, and some cool stuff. $30,000 is crazy work to me.
A new data conduit is open. Our experiment moves to a new zone.
Everybody going, or are we
Hurry,
just
Hunter.
staying?
The conduit is closing fast.
Guess we're staying. Nobody's gone on. I don't want to be the only person. I
The
don't.
sanctuary will
Risky.
go on without you.
These all come radiant though, which is pretty cool. We need credits though for it. Okay, so we're 32, but maybe we go further. Oh, so something that I was going to tell you about, Amy. Prime Resurgence is happening. Not yet. Don't see. But they're going to be doing Prime Resurgence. I need to watch tomorrow. Tomorrow there's going to be the live stream. Which I want to watch live, but I don't think I will be able to. $192. Which is tomorrow at 2 PM ET. But I don't like the sound of 2. Actually no, that's fine. It'll be 8 AM. So maybe, yeah. Warframe devs do a dev stream like once a month or something like that. And they talk about what's coming to Warframe. If you're if you're referring to it, I mentioned about the Prime Resurgence. I wasn't up to that yet. The Prime Resurgence is how do I explain it? So you know prime frames and weapons and stuff like that you get through these relics. So usually there's only so many prime frames that you can access at a time. So at the moment, if you were to grind prime frames, right, the stuff that you can get is like Sevagoth, Bronco, or the Bronco's like always available, I think. Velox, maybe Quesius, Vidaria, Irelia, Cedo, Okina, Caliban. Those are... I don't know about Titania though. However, with the Prime Resurgence, a whole lot more prime frames are available. And those are going to be good for you. Because then you can get frames such as Mirage. I know Valkyria's coming. Ash, maybe. Protea Prime, who I bought for you. I think Cora, some other ones. I think there might have been one frame that I didn't have. Grab that. So if you play the game through, then you can get relics of them and you can get those frames. However, if you'd rather not do that, sell a bit of stuff, get a bit of plat, and just buy the frames, because the frames will be inherently cheaper. And the same with the weapons as well. So I'd recommend doing that. Personally. Yeah. That's how you get the stuff. So it's a bit of a... There's always a lot to do in this game. No, find any things. Capture. I don't remember what Assault is. They do have Cuba stuff. I still remember what Cuba Survival works. I can't remember that. But I know it's a reasonably long thing. Go Eris. It's been a very long time since I've run Eris. I'll say if we couldn't find a single capture mission, I was gonna crash out. I don't know if I talked about the Fable. Fable is good. I skipped over Fable unfortunately. Regards to the Xbox showcase. Fable looked good. I like the fact that it's customizable characters. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep this as honest
The capture target has vital information that we
as
will
I
need to
can.
extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
I can't say the character that they've been showing us so far
Target located.
would have been
Bring them in.
great to run. In regards to the new Fable game. Now, I don't really care too much about how characters look within reason,
Success.
but I
Captive is
would have
safely
to
in our
say
hands. Congratulations,
it's
Tenno.
not a particularly
That was a juggernaut. They were lured out
inspiring
by the death of the
character.
Lay low, and it should go
Certainly
away,
the
or
one
amp up the
former
fight
is
to
not
draw it
giving
out.
me the 40 like that one person said. So, I don't know.
Stay focused.
that was about.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
I'll show it after this, the character. I don't really care
The juggernaut.
too much about
I
it,
think you made it angry. Good work.
but I would say in regards to characters is you want them to be memorable for a good reason, and you want them to sort of stand out, and I think she was memorable and stood out for negative reasons. Is just a very average character, if that makes sense. Like, I think Geralt is a pretty good, like, standout character. I also like the fact, I mean, this is a lore reason, but, like, the white hair as well very much makes him stand out as a character. Whereas you don't get that with this character like that, and I think a bit of a key to having to a memorable game is having a memorable character, and if you can have people like really vibe with the character that is come with it, you know, that's part of your game, I think that's a lead to a more memorable experience. Point in case you with Maeve. I'm gonna miss if we, but it's create your own characters. This is the Fable character here. In fairness, the lighting's not great, but doing anything productive with your time yet, lol? In what regard? I think most things Warframe related is relatively productive. In terms of your ways doing stuff, you know. I'm leveling up weapons right now. If that's what you're referring to, then yeah, doing something productive. Yeah, pretty cool to see. I really like the showcase they had with
Another job well
Fable.
executed.
Would I buy it? Don't know. Never played Fable, so not too sure if it's something I'd be interested in. I also don't know if it's a story progression thing. here I'd have to play the first games because there is a trilogy. I do own one of them. Haven't played it. Fable Anniversary Edition, which is apparently the best one. I think Fable. A lot of people I hear say Fable, the first Fable, is generally the one they really like. So that's at least a pro. I will have to see. It's considering it's play your own character, it's not really stuck with him. Me Arnold. Oh, don't know if it's showing an ancient name now. Okay. I was wondering, I'm like, who the world is jumping in here saying doing anything productive? I thought you were like shitting on me because I was shitting on Fable. Oh, okay. Productive in that regard. Sort of. I got some stuff which I'm not gonna say on here, but I don't mind DMing it to you just because I got some plans for something coming up. However, or maybe I did tell you about it. I think maybe I did. I told somebody, I just can't remember if that was you or not. I mentioned I did the update for achievements. That was good. But I don't think that brought in as much as I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping there to be a bit more of an impact on players. I don't think it's really had a major thing. I think it bumped it up for a bit, but I don't think it's been like a, you know what I mean? Like a, yeah. I think it would have been better to have achievements on release than to have achievements later in. I don't think really many people. I think I've only seen at least some of my couple people go through it. But considering our achievements are all rare. Yeah, I mean, that's no. You had much more important things to work on than implementing achievements. And considering, okay, so we actually have things now. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. So bear in mind, 7.6% of players, this will be since release. This may be people replaying the game. But if 7.6% of players are... Now, what I don't understand is how more people have finished the game than have these achievements. That part I don't understand. Unless these achievements, for some reason, just aren't prompting for people. But that shouldn't be the case. I don't know what's... No, you definitely had more important things to do. Especially, I don't know, you probably would have been able to handle implementing achievements significantly better than how I did. I also had to do incredibly basic achievements because I couldn't be bothered figuring it out. A bunch of like special prompts and stuff. So mine's just they could have continued from a save. Possibly, but it's the only ones that is missing. So it's either they've completed the game or not. I guess potentially, but you'd have to have saved at a really weird spot. I feel like just before you're finished. I don't know. But yeah, I got that out. It was just a bit of a pain, partially because there's no tutorials online. Like, there are a couple of tutorials on how to set them up, but the tutorials are like, here's how you get like 80% of the achievement. It talks about how to set up Steamworks. I watched a video on how to set up not Steamworks, it's the whole getting Steamworks linked into the game. We're using Facepunch for that, as I heard that was probably the way to go. And then I watched a video on... I watched like 3 or 4 different videos. Not so good, you're busy anyway. I watched like 3 or 4 different videos of setting up... setting up the Faceworks side of things and implementing that. It was actually easy. I could watch a single tutorial and it worked for me. However, setting up the actual achievements, however, I watched like there were only like 3 videos I could like find. There weren't really any like guides that weren't videos, so I was having to rely on videos. One of them was fine, but then it was not using face punch, so essentially useless. One of them used face punch, and it was the same guy, but he only got it to like 80% of the way, and then he kind of called it. He's just like, okay, once you're at this point, you can just like he made some button, and you could prompt it with by pressing a button within Unity, not like even within the game, but one that's never going to be how the end result's gonna, you're gonna want, right? You're never gonna want it to just be you have to press a button in Unity to get the achievement, which is why it was so frustrating. If you could show me like an actual in-game example, I can kind of like decompress it and sort of go, okay, let's apply it in this sense. But he didn't. So I had to figure that out myself. Now, it was probably really simple for you, but for me, trying to figure out, it's been a minute since I've had to really put my thinking cap and decompress, like sort of like go, okay, here it is, let's break it all up, and then sort of refashion it. I was working on getting the backlog stuff done for your business and getting to the Australia expansion next year. I want to do it without a loan. I mean, that's the idea, yeah. If you can do it without a loan, then it's sort of there's a lot less you gotta worry about and think about as well.
If I may say, operator,
But it makes
your chosen
everything
warframe suits
significantly
you.
easier.
Ha, ha.
But that's all going pretty good, you reckon? So is a plan for that next year?
Who have we got on the line? Oh yeah, I don't have a line.
There's so much truth. Yeah, I can imagine.
Ta-ta, lovelies.
Yeah, next year. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed that all goes all well. It's gonna be like, you just gotta look at it and be like, this is gonna be an absolute pain for like the first like couple months. But then once we get it all going, it's gonna be smooth and I won't have to worry about it ever again. And it's to fund the studio from the... yeah. That's probably a pretty good game plan, to be honest. My dad also owns a business, and I get to hear the ways to approach stuff once you own a business, and as much as you can fit as with the business paying for things is the way to go, to be honest. It seems to be the meta of the business world. Right. I think once I get some kills, it picks up a little bit. Actually, better. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm working on some assets that I plan on selling on the on Unreal Marketplace, but they're not going to. I'm feeling a little like demotivated from like modeling at the moment. Although I'm not entirely sure. Like, there's not like an explicit reason for it. So just like, I hop on, I start modeling, I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm feeling tired, and I'm like struggling to focus. So, I wouldn't say like a natural demotivated. Like, because I'm interested in what I'm working on. It's just I sort of start doing it, I'm just like, ugh. Not getting paid yet, exactly. I want to jump into a call with like Jacob and start working on some assets. You sell exclusives, yeah. I would, but I think selling exclusives would be a little bit harder. You need to find a... I don't think you could do exclusives just on Unreal. I don't think Unreal really supports that, so you'd sort of need a marketplace that would explicitly... Why this isn't shiny? And oil spill's great. Tiny. Tiny. A bit of a mess for me. You'd almost go like metallic to it, I think. No, on Unreal there are other places. Yeah, yeah. So I know a couple places like Turbo Squid and stuff like that, but it would have been nice in like CG Trader. I think it would have been nice if we could have used Sketchfab, but Sketchfab's gone because of fucking Fab. I can't believe the fuck I've done that shit. They like clear. Oh, that you hit that. But yeah. Yes, I've been working on a couple of things for that. You need to listen to the market, people on VTuber. Dude, the issue is VTuber models is exactly what I would not be able to do, unfortunately. But yes, it is probably the market right now. Exclusive VTuber models. Not wrong. It is a very big market. Because each model is worth thousands of dollars if you're good at it. But then again, you also have to be able to rig it, and VTuber rigging is also a whole different fucking shit. Yeah, I'm not a really character person. Not my, specialty. Unfortunately. Which is probably actually good for character artists, honestly. Because getting a job as a character artist fucking stinks with... from what I hear. Because the issue with a character artist is how many different character artists does a studio actually need, right? If you're going to be developing a game over like 3 to 6 years, how many characters is, you know, a single character artist going to be able to make? Because they only need to make the character, they're not having to rig or anything like that, right? And bear in mind you're usually going off of like a base, right? As your studio will generally have a base made by like potentially one of your lead character artists and stuff like that.
All systems nominal.
You really, in the end, don't need that many character artists. There's also a lot of people that want to be character artists. So you're sort of fighting. I think every game will benefit from having more prop and environment artists, but not every game will benefit from having more character artists. Because characters can only be used so many times, unless you're making like NPCs. Then at the same time, the more you introduce, the more taxing it is on the game, of course. So like both storage and you know that.
Do you see anything interesting?
I don't need to tell you that Arnold said one of those things of kind of interesting for me. Pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, I completely lost why I was even saying that. Character art is also where the big money is, yeah. Not entirely, but it is a good amount of money. I think big money, from what I've seen, art-wise, is tech art. The issue is finding a tech art job is impossible, because you're only really going to need like 1 or 2 tech artists. So it's like a lot of money, but it's for like a singular role.
Fascinating choice.
And you have to be such a, like a, what do you call it? Be able to like juggle multiple different, like you're gonna have to be able to code well. You're thinking you're missing. In terms of VTubers, yeah, that is massive. Yeah. Skins, yeah, but sometimes character customization doesn't fall under character artist, what I've seen. Interesting. At least at Grinding Gear, it's not. It's its own role, which is pretty rare, but I guess for those sorts of games, you could have it as its own role. However, sometimes prop artists do character custom, which fucking freaks me out. I don't want to have to do fucking a bunch of character related shit as a prop artist. But yeah, skins would fit under it. But yeah, from what I see, like most studios that I've asked, like I was asking like Pitpock and stuff, and they didn't really have too much. Skins is a huge part of most big games, yeah. They do, but it's like it's sort of its own role under microtransactions, yeah. What Grinding Gear does. But this is quite a weird role from what I could gather. Not like a bad weird, but sort of a, what do you call it? It's a very diverse role, if that makes sense, I think is the word that I'm looking for. And I wasn't expecting for, I was actually surprised that it even exists. I think most bigger games would be running something like that, like Fortnite and oh yeah. Yeah. I suck at characters. I think to be good at characters, you have to be a good artist. I think it's a very good art thing. I'll buy that.
An honor.
I think a lot of organic stuff is very good if you're a good 2D artist, and I suck at the art. But everybody, if Grinding Gear, well, just make your own destiny. Yeah. Okay, maybe not Destiny, cause if we look at the how many people are playing Destiny at the moment, it's not looking good. But I get you. It was actually surprising. It was only running when I last looked. It was like 10,000 players on Steam, though. So. That was surprising to me. What am I doing? Right, I'm gonna run some cycle stuff. But yeah, I have a couple of things that I'm working on. Comp and Warframe. Nah, Warframe's good. I feel like it's probably, I don't know if it's a good watch or not. I enjoy watching Warframe stuff. I've been watching a couple people play Warframe recently. But then again, I don't know if I'm everybody. I'd say so. Warframe's it's got a very big base. But it's something that you sort of like, if you're like big into Warframe, it's probably gonna be a bit more not big. Why do we not have anybody joining?
Come to prove yourself in the undercroft, then. The
Our
other
friends,
side is
you're missing out. You're missing out. Honestly. Okay, so they're different. Warframe's good. I like it, but I don't know how good it is watching. How rigid this. Have you seen the new Avatar? Arnold. I would like to work on an avatar to be, but my stuff is probably not. At some point. Why is he running a drag? Lovely. Leave, I guess. Leave me. I'm gonna leave and see if I can. I'd love to work on Avatar maybe. In like any regard, to be honest. So cool. Okay, now we get people. I know. Okay, so I don't know anything about Clairvo. Trust that. Norris is reliable, so I could probably run him. Overrun's probably my go-to. Tripper is good. Being that's it. Okay, Eggman. Yeah, and otherwise I got a couple of things planned, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna be running out of ammo so much. So we got Gara, Hera, Dante. Dante great, Hera great. Gara would be interesting. I don't know if Gara's gonna be the greatest.
An infected wound. The paradox breeds defenders out of the raw.
Could argue
void.
then again that
Contain
Oberon's
the
a bit of a weird
paradox.
choice, but
Kill
I'll
the
keep
enemy.
people alive. Because we got a Dante, so the reason for picking Oberon's arguably a bit lost there. So my character heals people and keeps people alive, like I can revive and whatnot. But then Dante gives us something called Overguard, which is essentially like a shield on top of your normal shields. And so you shouldn't be taking damage with a Dante. Yes. That's a bit of an interesting. One headshot gain damage. Interesting. Critical melee. I think this is quite good. I feel like heat. I just have to use melee. Because I don't know if there's a crit weapon. But it does seem to be
The
kind of
battle has barely begun.
not good with crit. Amy, are you still doing your what's it called? We're just doing some drawing.
What a waste!
Rook 4. I was saying the name Bull's an interest.
You will never find.
It looks a little bit like a mushroom. What kind of? Oh, check the guy. Oh my lord! If I can hit headshots, just him in the fucking.
You have calmed the storm. Return to the world above. I advise you
That
not
was
to be
quick.
content with merely doing enough.
I don't really know how far I'm planning on getting within this.
A true Tenno understands
gonna be
how
good
to
'cause
combine
I
the elements coursing through
pretty
their
crit
warframes.
based.
Prove yourself. Find
So,
the Crucible and the
the cross
Amphors
damage
it
is probably
needs
not
to
too good.
create a complex elemental force.
Hope it's not. Okay, so we are doing cross. Good melee. Rolling reloads, that's pretty good actually. Oh, that's really good though, but I might run this. My melee becomes good because the last thing I want is my melee
Your
to be
enemies
bad.
hoard the Amphors the Crucibles
Like the most
need.
reliable.
Retrieve them. This Crucible
Reloading
creates
this is
the
fucking
corrosive
ridiculous.
elemental force by mixing
kinda-
toxin and electricity.
That does kind of suck. Yeah, Arnold. When's the next time we're getting an Arnold stream? You're too busy probably for Arnold stream. Ah, too busy. Any other time for games, let alone a stream, yeah. This is like fucking uni all over again. You just escaped uni having to work fucking overtime on that shit. And you're back
Find an
onto it
Amphor
again.
and throw it at the
Work.
Crucible.
Can't get a break. Then you gotta deal with Jacob being in Japan, chilling. Couldn't even take the team with him. Disappointing. You wake up at 5 AM and sleep. Man, jeez.
A new element is born. Find the next Crucible.
Not for me personally.
Gas Crucible. Seek heat and
Dante's not
toxin
doing a great
Amphors.
job of that. Yes. Why I chuck that picture? I'm literally a goat. For better or for worse. I feel conflicted on goats. Goats have really weird eyes, so it's kind of creeps me out. Give them like Naruto eyes. Not Naruto himself. I don't remember, I just remember it's some Naruto thing. Sleep, Toby broke your foot today. Yeah, hell yeah, you deserved it as well. After all that black eye catch from you. Working on a new website for the business? I hate it, I'm not even on a website. Are you the one making the website? You're not hiring a web designer or anything like that? I don't, no thank you. Oh, I should look into that. My dad keeps asking me to work on some stuff actually for his website. Yeah.
I imagine the
they want
long
to charge you
departed
those things.
scholar
20k!
would have been impressed with how you've
That
wielded
can't be
these
right, is
crucibles
it?
today.
I have to ask my dad at some point how much it costs, because that shit can't be right. 20k seems a little bit ridiculous to
struggle
me.
goes on for
Well,
as long
I mean,
as
I
you
don't
can stand.
doubt you. I know some people are crazy. I just think that 20k, they cannot be surely asking for 20k.
Many defensive battles within the Origin system
Unless they
were
must be like
lost.
some like mega
Through the
professional, like
paradox,
as in like
you
they're gonna
now
give
have
you
the
like,
chance to undo those defeats.
you would have more people accessing your site than people access Google each day. Like that's how much it, that's how much it better be worth it. Let's re-roll here.
The enemy musters for a fresh assault.
That's good. Full software
Hold the
integration,
line.
coding the treasure. Really? Software integration? Do you need software integration? Of course it's not. I guess if there's a shit ton of integration and stuff like that. A normal website seems crazy if it... Like, unless you had like a pretty ridiculous, like you're asking for a lot, I could, also, I guess if it was like a year's worth of also like maintaining and they were going to be dealing all the ads and stuff like that, marketing stuff as well, at 20k, that makes sense. What for like a... Yeah. I guess if you're using like Wix or something like that, it's probably not too bad, I guess. I mean, if I were you, I'd probably just use Wix or equivalent, like Squarespace. Having to
Winds
figure it
blow
out, dude.
fiercely.
It'd be having to
The
use otherwise.
rains do not relent. Still, the stout bow
CSS.
stands.
JavaScript and stuff. HTML is probably not too. I used to be fine with HTML, but only like a small aspect of the website. So. My website uses, I just think, HTML, CSS, and Java. You'd probably get away with it. I do remote systems analysis and a bunch of HFX throughout the city, and it's easy to get into connect with the website. True. I think it's easier for both you and them to be in that regard.
Your resolve is being
Remote system
tested.
seems pretty crazy.
Do not
Yeah, I
falter.
can see how that would be.
No time to rest.
Yeah, I would have no
Already
clue.
a
I
new
don't.
onslaught begins.
Good luck with that. I'd have no clue about creating that stuff. Actually, I think I was looking into websites for us, which we never ended up. I never ended up finishing that. I think I was gonna get what's her name to work on it, Roxanne, but then Roxanne never got onto it. But we were creating one, and it did actually have a portal. But it was never gonna be. It was more of a portal, but not like a. To the extent that you're requiring to be able to remotely access things, not that. It's a whole another level of thing. Okay. Do the cost is, so now I'm just coding it yourself. Think get a designer to the selling? Yeah, it's probably the way to go.
Exhausted. If only for now. Leave now or later. But leave you must, for the Undercroft is inexhaustible. A Corpus Jackal. I do not know how it found its way into the Undercroft, but it cannot be allowed to report back. A warrior must strike where the foe's armor is weakest. First, bring it down.
So is that going
Work
pretty
on
good for
keeping
you
it
otherwise?
down.
That's sort of being an absolute
Avoid
bitch.
the beams. Now, strike while it's down. You have triggered its defensive precepts. Find where it has fled to. You have an opportunity. Take it. Turn your fury upon what is vulnerable.
Yeah, it's good. Just extremely busy. Yeah. I really get that too. Well, that's good. At least it's not being an absolute pain. I kind of wish I could make my own website, but that's a whole nother. I'd need to get into the old coding side of things. There's a bit of a. I do want to work on a new game actually at some point. I want to get into it. I mean, I'm going to be working on some. I got a couple projects planned. Good partner, you should rent a Lambo for graduation. Are you going to grad it eventually? People are gonna be like, "What? Who the fuck is this guy?" No, just helicopter. That's where the real thing is.
Something is
Just a helicopter
stealing it from
onto the roof.
Find out what.
Here you go, Master Arnold. Oh no, that was really funny. Yeah. Shit. So. Yeah, okay, but be careful if you were to do that. Oh yeah, yeah. The only mistake would be going in with the Lamborghini tractor though. Wouldn't hit as hard as like an Aventador or something. we already get enough tractor people going through the city. Whoa. Somebody's got a named Grindel. Look at them.
It will not get up again.
Stabbed his fucking nuts.
Let this victory serve as a warning.
Purposeful.
Duviri
Not going.
is defending.
Can't kill this sphere. But are you like shipping the
It is
actual
my duty to make
degree?
extraordinary demands of exceptional people.
Or you don't even worry too much?
Secrets lie buried deep within the Undercroft. The Paradox provides the means
Well, do they
to
ship that
extract
in?
them. You
I don't
must
actually know if
protect
they
the
I guess they
excavators
probably
and
do.
keep them powered.
No. I haven't been to a thing before. I think it'll... Actually, I do tell a bit of a lie. I did go to one. I mean, there's obviously been like high school grads,
Requires power.
but holy moly! Ooh. But what do we call it? I did do when I did my diploma. One of the times I did my diploma, not like one of my diplomas. We did a graduation, but it was more of a relaxed grad. It wasn't a full-on gown set up like
A
crazy
void
shit.
treasure has been located.
It wasn't.
Extractor in place.
I have everything you need, a job completion letter, transcript. Yeah, I guess. I just keep mine. I probably should go too much, but I got both of mine over there. Those are both diplomas, so they're harder to do.
A new void treasure may now be extracted.
I mean, it is kind of what you make of it, right? Not signing. I mean, you're not when you're getting a. I mean, you have your own job, so it's really irrelevant to you. Even if you are getting a job, it's not like taking the free literally.
Extractor deploying.
Maybe actually possibly wouldn't even need the. My transcript's kind of funny in terms of like. Well, I don't even have the electrical engineering one framed in the box. Oh, really? Yeah. My transcript was quite funny actually, because mine starts off kind of. I'm getting like C's and B's first year. Second year's like B's and A's. And then final year's like almost all A's. The only non-A was our prototype. It was a B. Although, yours probably won't be too much different. I think yours was a little bit better because I got fucked on one of the assessments. It was that final one where they're just like, oh, you guys could have done more work. And I'm just like,
Extractor
brother,
charge expended.
you don't understand. Because half our shit wasn't actually in the game.
Now open
So
to
that
you.
third prototype, so all
Further
the
buried riches
sort of
are
mystery.
here for the taking. Do not expect me to tell you when to stop. Judge for yourself. Your presence
Arnold, do you
is
watch
enough
the
to
rugby?
hold the paradox at bay, but the environment itself will fight to choke you out.
I was wondering if you knew who won out of rugby stuff going on. I sort of paid attention to like one rugby match last year. The first New Zealand versus South Africa. And then that was it. All A's apart from the prototype year. Ah, really? Yeah, that prototype was the only one from... Which, I ain't gonna say it, but we both know after the reason behind that. I ain't gonna say it, and I don't need to say it, because you and me both know that. Exact same reason for you as it was for me. The one who shall not be named, exactly. R at the moment. R at the moment. Dude. I'm with you there. Fucking Voldemort. Blood blister. Oh, you got blood blister. Is that why it was so sore? Or is that not the reason? Like, byproduct? Fleet did a big run for anybody interested. And then when we went for our daily walk and our weekly walk, Fleet was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh fuck, I only ran like 40 something kilometers today. Boo, boo, boo. No.
Life support drop
Talk about
imminent.
complaining. I got a sore foot. I reckon it. Wait, so I got a question in regards to that. So that was for charity, but was it like per person people are getting charity, or was it like just the...
as you must.
Sounds very not fun. Honestly, I think I share that sentiment. I used to do lots of running, but I'm not particularly running. I do feel like part of my distaste towards running now is related to not wanting to run, but having... But part of it was because I was inherently good at running. So, my dad always was like trying to get me to run, even though I didn't really want to run. But then at the same time, people could do net games. I was like, massive dedication. I still think you should have prioritized our walk. But, you know, you did your best. But no, I used to get fucked into like we'd do what do you call it? Like back at my primary school, we sort of got like forced into doing stuff, and because I was inherently good at running, I sort of like shoved me into having to do more running, which therefore begged the question I probably should have done bad in running, so I didn't have to do running. Stuff like for example, this was only really an issue like the first or second year. I think both year, first and second at high school was a major issue, but we were like forced into having to do cross country. But then, because I was really good, I was like top 10 out of like 800 of my year group, and so I had to race in like the whole, I don't know, cross country after that,
Lay your sword aside and rest, or
which is just the top
fight
I want
on.
to do.
Creatures of the deep void are assaulting the Undercroft, tearing rents
Regional.
in its fabric.
Yeah, I think it's
Seal
regional.
them up again.
So I ended up having to do that.
And Thrax may emerge.
I think regionals. I don't
The
think it was
spheres
nationals
you
yet.
see are ambient void energy. Gather as much as you can and
could have
use
been.
it
I
to
just
heal
don't really
the
remember.
damage.
But of course, I think I would die if I had to. A 2-6 run into my. Yeah, you probably would. You're busy enough as is. But yeah, and then I used to do that, and I got forced into doing that. The issue actually with that, unfortunately, was I remember at least one of the times I was doing it, I was in like the regionals and stuff and we were running it, and I don't know what happened, but I hurt my foot like the day before. But then I didn't want to just like not try. I feel like that would have been kind of a pull luck on me. So I had to still try, and I was like dying. I wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. Well, there was like two of them that I had to do that year. There was that, and then there was another one where it was like circuit. Oh no, it's because I was also... We also had to do something in athletics. You had to do like one event, or 2 events, I think, athletics day. And so one of them I did was, I think like 3 kilometers run or something. And I did decent in that, but not many people ran. But then it sort of just got a bit annoying, because then I had to do
A breach has been seen.
on from that,
Excellent work.
and I did bad, but I also did really good. It just sucked because I'm
Of a comrade.
decent, but I'm not like how do I explain it? I was never doing it to like almost a professional manner, whereas a lot of the people that I was racing against were doing it like as in they were gonna be doing it professionally,
The rupture is closed.
and so that kind of fucked me.
The paradox
So I remember
stabilizes.
after athletics, I was doing we were doing an event, and we were racing around a circuit. This was like sort of a regional thing as well. I got second to last, not last. I got second to last out of maybe
If the
like
Void
12
Angels
people or
break
something,
through the wall, their master
which was
will
kind of
be
embarrassing.
freed. Do not allow that to happen.
However, I ran an insane pace. But sort of like, it made me look, I felt terrible because I did bad. But then when I actually found out the pace at which I was running, it was kind of like, oh shit, okay. It was the fastest I'd ever run 3K. But it was, I think it was maybe 11 minutes, I think. I know I was running very low 4 minutes, or maybe like close to 3 minutes per kilometer. It was
Void
very quick.
Angels are unrelenting.
I don't think it was 3 minutes, but I think it was very low
Are
4
all
minutes.
that is keeping them at bay.
No, it can't have been.
Hold fast.
It must have been 3. Right, no, it would have been 8, 12. Yeah, so it must have just been really high 3s or something. Or very low. Can't remember. I think it was 11 or 12 minutes. Quite a lot. It was very good. But I was not enjoying that.
The enemy has been held at bay.
I ended up having to do a lot
Congratulations.
when I was
are
younger,
in
but I
order.
never enjoyed. It just hurts, and then you feel like you're gonna vomit afterwards, and that's kind of a big I find running.
Will you
Good for
lay
you, I
your
guess.
sword aside and rest?
I guess if I had like an audiobook or music on while I was running, that
The
I think would be a bit more
Undercroft
of
seethes
a
with Praxis
more interesting
violence.
experience for me.
Burn it out with force. Destroy
I was like a
every enemy
dry
you
runner,
find.
running with like no music, no nothing. That was an incredibly boring experience. I think if I further pursued running, I could probably be a pretty decent runner. So, yeah, my dad's a
Foe
pretty
is
runner.
staggered, but not yet defeated. Persist.
He does competitions, but it's just not that interesting for me. Like all that, and then just to feel like shit afterwards and want to just like die.
What a waste!
Okay, that didn't last long. Only a single rune mirror is kind of like a bit what the fuck, because it's actually not great. You get multiple rune mirrors in each of these, so it's like, yeah, like I've got 17, so the single one that he gives me kind of means nothing. What the fuck was that guy doing? When is Jacob back? Tomorrow? But then again, he mentioned something. Oh, I think actually, yeah, tomorrow. I think he's technically flying back now, but obviously because of time zones,
Do not expect me to tell you
won't be back
when to
until
stop.
tomorrow. I was messaging him early and he
yourself.
said that he was flying, but I couldn't tell if that was a joke or not.
Crucibles. Bizarre contraptions left behind from the time of Scholar's Landing. Master their alchemy to understand the elemental forces you wield. Locate a crucible.
So yeah, pretty soon. He didn't even invite us. I still find that ridiculous. Like, who does he think he is?
You found a crucible. Now, liberate the necessary amphors from your enemies. Combine electricity and toxin amphors to produce the corrosive elemental force.
Ah, we did lose the dot. Explain something. Oh, I already got one. Fuck, that's it. Yeah. I don't have it anymore. Maybe to tell us how it's going. I've seen a single image, actually, since he's been gone, and it was essentially Godzilla. Then I said that the Godzilla was me. Go to the US this year, shouldn't the White Christmas. Oh, really? The US is an interesting voice. As of today's day and age, with current events.
Finished. A new crucible hungers for elements. Cold and electricity. These are the
Wait, what
amphors you
part of the...
seek.
Oh my god. What part of the US would you go to? I have to cut after this. I have the damage, I just don't have the spider with it. But in New York in particular. Oh, New York's probably not too bad. Oh, it's got that park. I forgot what it's called though. It's called Park. You can go to Park. Don't understand the hype, yeah. I'm not too sentimental in that regard for those sorts of things. If I want to go to a place, I always go to a place that looks cool, you know what I mean? Which, to be honest, I don't tend to go to too many places. Not because I don't think many places are cool, but obviously. Yeah, but, Yeah, I'm not sentimental like White Christmas type of deal.
It is a comfort to know that even in the depths of the Undercroft, the laws of alchemical
Lot of
science
damage.
remain unbroken.
I've been getting a bunch from me. Oh, we'll go
I
one more.
advise you not to be content.
Defense. Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Respond to something. Rather go to Tibet or Indonesia? Interesting. Why Indonesia? Not that I think that's anything weird, but it's a interesting one. Which F1 race? Okay, that's a whole different story. I'm with you there. The temples, true. They got some crazy temples. I think the no, never mind. That's Cambodia. I worked on a scene, and it had it was a temples from Cambodia. But yeah, Indonesia got some. This side here. I'm gonna have the end stream brief abruptly after this because I've just been invited to do something.
This
Some people.
battle is already half won.
Organize it. Hide. Oh! Okay. Alright. I want to go to an F1 race. I would have loved to go to like Melbourne or something. I think the new F1 rig will be really interesting. Would you go to Monaco for the history? I feel mixed on the Monaco one. Yeah.
Like ashes, the enemy has
Unfortunately
been
for me,
void.
with Monaco, I think it's an amazing. The Monaco itself, 10 out of 10 amazing.
To make
The track, really awesome.
extraordinary demand.
The whole environment, everything, history, everything great.
Well executed.
The actual racing, outside of the fact that a lot of people crash, is unfortunately like there was only a single overtake last year, and that was Stroll of all people. The irony. So that's the only thing that pulls me off of Monaco. You can't see shit. Also, yeah, unless you're paying like absolute ridiculous money for crazy seats. I was watching some people try to do the cheapest they can. I know where we got the hold on. I'm gonna have to very briefly end stream, but thank you guys for watching. Good talking to you and seeing how you're going, Arnold. Good seeing you, Sleep, and good seeing you, Amy. I'll catch you guys next week, and feel free to message me as well if you guys want to chat. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but yeah, best luck, and best luck with your website and the rest of your stuff, Arnold. Let me know how that all goes. Click me your website once you get it working as well. I'd be down to check it out. Yes, meows indeed. Okay, see y'all.